everyone. My name is Maciej Bartkowski. I'm the Senior Director at the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. I would like to welcome everyone to the ICNC academic webinar, which I will moderate. Today's webinar will focus on the popular nonviolent civil upheaval in Hong Kong. Today is the 11th day of the protests in Hong Kong, which began on September 28, when the activists launched a civil disobedience movement. Our discussants will explore in greater details, among other things, the reasons for the emergence of the movement strategies and tactics, and the impact of repression that authorities use against activists. The civil disobedience movement has already been dubbed by outsiders the Umbrella Revolution, and we will also speak more on the symbolism and challenges associated with this term. Civil resistance movements, like the one in Hong Kong, are not really rare or extraordinary. They are in fact a reflection of a constant desire of ordinary people to reclaim their rights from a few who try to subdue many. The struggle of the seemingly powerless against the seemingly powerful appears to be stacked against ordinary people, given the resources the authorities have at their disposal. And this is the case with the Chinese authorities vis-à-vis the Hong Kong people, in terms of material resources the authorities have. However, if the material strength was to determine the outcome of nonviolent battles, no single nonviolent movement in history should have succeeded. Similarly, the umbrella movement in Hong Kong is not destined for defeat. A lot will be determined by the shrewdness of the strategies and tactics that the umbrella movement deploys, including its responses to repressive moves by the authorities. Historically, movements that were successful were the ones that were able to expand participation to include diverse segments of the society, that were able to maintain nonviolent discipline, and were able to maintain that nonviolent discipline even in the face of repression, and engage in strategic planning and organizing that led to loyalty shifts among government allies. The umbrella movement may not reach its objectives of universal suffrage or dismissal of the chief executive, but still its success can be multifaceted and subtle. For example, the movement has already politicized the whole swath of the Hong Kong people as never before, and shown to the society in Hong Kong and outside that there is an alternative to the communist system. And this alternative is, in my view, a formidably disciplined and organized independent civic force. The organizers of the umbrella movement seem to understand very well something which has eluded many movements in the past, which is the fact that such type of resistance is a generation-long struggle. Like movements and campaigns that preceded the umbrella movement, the current campaign is placing yet another piece of the foundation in the building of a self-organized democratic society in Hong Kong, the society that is in fact living in the heart of undemocratic governance of the People's Republic of China. In my view, the umbrella movement is likely to spawn other campaigns and movements in the not-too-distant future, regardless of the eventual outcome of the current struggle. In fact, the movement has already changed Hong Kong people in political dynamics in the autonomous region, and our discussants will surely reflect on this change. So without further ado, I would like to briefly introduce our guests. First of all, Victoria Hoy is an associate professor of political science at the University of Notre. She also serves on the academic advisory committee of the International Center on Nonviolent Conflict. Our second discussant is Michael Davies, who is a professor in the law faculty at the University of Hong Kong, and he joins us directly from Hong Kong at the late hour that is now out there. Welcome,